would I love to travel to Jamaica. I like to take my, leave work and go straight and go home because I go down on an early flight, so at least we can reach down when it's sunshine, especially winter month. Over the years, I've always traveled to Jamaica. Jazz and blues was my favorite thing because you break the winter, and uh, because of COVID here, everybody just have to be everyone's keeper. And I know there are some incidents down in my little Mocha Mountain here, and one of the things to why we have to be careful and take nothing for granted. It would be very irresponsible. I'm wearing my mask. I'm home. This is my second day off. I'm off tomorrow. But I work. I work with COVID patients. I work with dead bodies, and I have to wrap them and cover up their mouth and just prevent the virus from going out and all of those stuff. So I come home here. I don't know if I'm infected with the virus. I tried my best to maintain, practice good. I can do social distancing with my patient, but we have to have the PPEs, which is personal protective equipment, which is mask and gown and all of those stuff. But I really don't know. So I come home. I don't want to infect my family here. So I stay home. I keep on my mask as much as possible. I isolate myself in my room. I check my temperature. They check your temperature when you're going in at work and when you're coming out because we can get the virus anyhow. We are frontline, we are hands on. So it is socially, the social word is being used. Social distance, social this. It is socially responsible for me to make sure that I keep on protecting everybody around me. So normally I would leave work and probably the next day I jump on a plane and go to Jamaica. I'll go to Mexico or wherever I want to go vacation. It would not be a responsible thing for me to do right now to go leave work, take a shower, grab my passport and my suitcase, and jump on a plane. That would be very irresponsible of me because I don't know if I got infected yesterday when I was at work. So it is good for me to wait a little bit and make sure I'm fine and temperature okay before I jump on any plane and go anywhere. So it's the same thing with taking home bodies to Jamaica. People who die from strange circumstances are wherever. Handling anybody. When we in the hospital right now, everybody is treated like COVID. Just like before, everybody's treated like they have HIV or any other illnesses that can affect you. We used to rule out people when they have certain kind of cough with blood and all of those things based on the symptoms for TB, which is as contagious as even more contagious than COVID. So we have to practice good social responsibility. We have to be our brother's keeper. So questionable things, if you don't know what it is, take an abundance of caution. Abundance of caution and protecting life because it's bad over here and third world countries cannot even afford it, and right now the US is in such desperation. The world's biggest economy is in such desperation that if little Jamaica ordering 50 or 20,000 test kit, they're seizing it. If Barbados ordering one little vent or two little vent, they're seizing it because they want it every bit's had up for their millions of people. So we just have to be very careful. I feel myself every day. I take my temperature. I come home. This is Vivian soap making temperature thing, and I find it very useful. So I take my temperature all the time. And if this thing play my mind game for you, because you actually don't, every day you feel like you have COVID. Every day. Because you're in it. So it play mind. It mess with your mind. So people, be careful. I said in my live broadcast when the first person was in the news from Macau and out in Harborview there, case zero, that it's just a matter of time before we all dealing with this and the time has come. So one love, stay safe, wash your hand and cover your mouth. So you can make your mask them but double them up So if you put in an handkerchief or anything over your mouth, make sure you don't put it on this side of your mouth, and then afterward now you dry it down and take the dirty side put on the inside, because it defeating the purpose. So choose which side is the inside and the outside. Make sure you wash your face, wash off your hand, and just practice, because this thing is deadly, man. Deadly, 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 deadly. Nobody at Jamaica don't see the pandemic yet, and that's what they're trying to prevent. People are dying here. For you to have 2,000 people dying a day, or no, in a week, 700 people dying per day, it is a deadly thing. I don't know when it's, yeah, 799, almost 800 people. I don't know when it's gonna affect me. I have no idea. But I just have to be careful and be responsible. So if I'm sick, I don't infect anybody else. I have friends who have gone through this, friends who have died from it, and we just have to be careful, you know. So this is Dennis. One love. We're all in this game together. All in this together. And after all this is said and done, we as frontline workers, from janitors to transporters to everybody, we're going to need some kind of relaxation and mental relaxation, mental food. I had a discussion with some people who transport these dead bodies, and they're just transporters. And, 4 hours on their shift, them already count 11 transport already, 11 bodies to makeshift morgue in a truck back. Jamaica, we can't afford this. We can't handle it. You don't have the money. They're doing telethon, musical thing for raising money to buy events. 2.7 million people, only 30 events. That's an embarrassment to a nation that has been independent and slavery abolished from in the 1800s. You have a lot of wealthy, rich people there. Politicians, leaders, for 3 million, almost 3 million people with 30 events. So it's 0.00000 percentage to the population of events. And it's not only events you're going to need, because this COVID here affecting people's kidney. So you need dialysis machines, you need diastylate, you have to do all kind of measures. You need enough insulin. People blood pressure will be dropped to the ground, so you need medication to bring it up. You need Levophed. You need whatever medication they use. Vasopressin. You need things to bring up the med. So it's not only the vent. You're just talking about the vents, but we need the manpower, and we need the intellectual capacity. We need the nursing staff. We need the doctors. We need everybody. We need bed. We need stretchers. We need everything to handle this. So if there's an outbreak in Jamaica, God help us. Because it is bad. So it is very important that people practice social distancing, stand in the yard, wash their hand, prevent it. This thing is dangerous. 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 What you hear on the TV is 50 times worse in reality. You will hear about 800 deaths, but where are those 800 deaths coming from? People, 200 and something. Last Friday, it was 270 something people who died at home. Died at home. There were no tests on them to see if they have COVID. They're just dead at a yard. So we have to be very, very careful. Social distancing, New York City people, people globally, just practice the things that you have to practice, and we as EMS and transporters and housekeepers and nurses and doctors and pharmacists and technicians and the lab people, we weren't prepared for this. We don't have enough things, so it's like we're going to battle without a gun. So we're using sticks and stone, like Paul Bogle time. Can you imagine things that we're doing right now? Wearing one mask, N95 mask, which is the thicker mask that cramp over your face like this, where you can hardly breathe through. We're wearing one mask for the entire day. If I had done this in February, end of February, early March, to wear one mask for the entire day, they would have fired me. Because you would be putting yourself and patients at risk. So practices that the new norm now is something that you would be fired for. It wasn't the new norm 2 months ago. So the new norm is different right now. And in the future, it will not be the same. You're going to be probably going on an airplane, and when they're checking your passport to see if it's you named John Brown. And the other thing you might have to do is present a piece of paper that you don't have no illness. There are going to be more intrusive behaviors. After 9/11, they start with body scan and all kind of stuff. And, I have all of these table and chairs and stuff. I carry them up, pieces in my suitcase. After 9/11, I could carry up my own bed at them. I make all of my furniture in Jamaica and carry them up piece and put them together here in New York. But, big up carve up a room well up there, so, and carve all of them furniture here for me. But it's going to be a new norm. So people might want to visit here, and you realize that you cannot just come here like that. You have to get a test, whether it's saliva, fingerprint, to make sure before you go on a plane, you don't have any respiratory illness. Right now, the test is not there. People can't do those tests. I see so much gray here, right? So like say, I don't know if a COVID, well, I know COVID caused it, but I blame it on COVID. Stress. So, people, keep safe, yeah? All right, one love, one love, one love. Peace be unto you. Dennis here. I will talk where I have the strength to talk. Because I have friends who retire a couple of days' time, get sick, and in a couple of days' time, it's gone. So this isn't serious. It's not for anybody to take as a joke. The devil, nor God, nor Allah, nor Selassie, nobody can help us but ourselves. Washing our hands, keeping the disease out of your yard and out from your personal self. So, one love. Sometimes I don't know what to say. It's bad. It's war in a Babylon. All right. One love, brethren. Take care. Dennis Stanby here, Maka Village.